うるせえバーカ。
バカバカバカバカ。
We got an interesting panel in 1121 that I wanted to kind of talk about. I guess this is Oda saying these are the final players in the One Piece battle here, like who is going to claim the One Piece. We see
like the contenders.
We see Luffy, Blackbeard, Shanks. Obviously, we see Akainu. We saw Fagarling. We saw some mystery character, which people are saying is probably Shanks' relative.
Kobe was in there too.
We saw Kobe, which we'll get to that in a second.
I'm about to Kirk on that nigga.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I think Buggy was in there too, right?
Yeah,
We
Buggy
saw
was in
Buggy.
there.
Yeah, we did see Buggy. I'm about to pull up the panel.
I think Mihawk was in there, wasn't he? And Croc.
Well, he's with Buggy, so I mean,
Right.
We saw Dragon, we
goes
saw
on his own.
Sabo, we saw Kuzan surprisingly, and we saw Emu. So this is Oda telling us like who's gonna snag the One Piece, this, and that. So
he should have put me in there.
Should have
You know
put
what I'm saying?
he should have put Fuji, but I know why he didn't. I think Fuji's gonna swap. I think he's gonna end
I
up fighting
hope
with
so.
the Revolutionaries.
Fuji don't want the One Piece.
yeah, I think this is
That is
strictly
fair. That is
people
fair.
who-
That is fair.
I think this is strictly speaking on people who
Are gonna go
has
after
some
it.
type of fascination with the One Piece in some aspect. I don't think it's mainly like I want to get the treasure or whatever it is that the One Piece is. I think it's some type of like fixation on like something revolving around the One Piece because I don't think Emu wants the One Piece. They could have got the One Piece already.
I don't think
feel
Dragon
like.
does
Yeah.
either.
No, I don't
Dragon,
think so. I don't think they could.
Kuzan.
I think they hid the poneglyphs, and the fact that the warlords had the
Oh,
poneglyphs.
yeah, you're right. They actually
There
Oh,
was still a
oh,
map,
yeah.
and maybe they didn't even know about the poneglyphs to know like to go or
But
like where they would
Emu's
be.
been around for so long. I feel like Emu could have been founded already if they really.
He could
wanted
have,
to.
but he would have had.
He already had his power or their power. We don't know if it's a boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think they really care about it. So I'm putting them like as far as like most eager to get that shit. Like Emu's at the bottom. Emu, Dragon, Sabo, they're at the fucking bottom.
They're really,
I think that's gonna be like a
people from
political
finding
clash.
out what's there, because I'm pretty sure Emu already knows what the One Piece is and whatever
or
the
what it's
case
gonna
may
lead
be.
to type shit.
Right. So I'm assuming he's probably like, maybe it's something there that's specifically for Joy Boy, you know. And if Joy Boy gets to that One Piece, it's going to be a problem.
It's gonna
for
flip
him.
his world over.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do
Terry.
like that too.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I would say
the devil fruit when he got there couldn't do anything with it. That's probably why he was geeking. He was like, "Bro, we came all this way for something that's not meant for us."
Something
Oh,
I
well.
can't even use. Yeah, type shit.
I think the people
Type
who are
shit.
going to end up on Laugh Tale or wherever. I mean, the One Piece obviously is on Laugh Tale. I think the people who are going to end up on Laugh Tale, like claiming that shit, is either going to be Shanks, Luffy, Buggy, or Blackbeard. One of those four. Like I don't see Akainu going for it. Akainu doesn't care about that shit.
I think Buggy's
Oda
Akainu-
literally said that if Akainu wanted to get the One Piece, he'd get it in a year. So
Yeah, like if Akainu did go for it, it was really just to be the axe, just the pirate dream, just completely eradicated.
just to be
I don't think Buggy's gonna make it. I think he's gonna get caught up in the bigger war, just doing
I
random.
bet you
I think he's
Buggy's
gonna be
the
good
first nigga
comic
to see
relief
what
with the
One
big
Piece
war.
is.
I don't think Buggy's
I see
gonna
Buggy
go.
seeing what it is. Like I definitely
I bet
see.
you.
Oh,
'Cause,
somehow,
y'all
some
remember
way.
that movie?
Yeah,
Y'all remember that movie where
Stampede.
Yeah, and like what Buggy just had the road pon or not the pon was it the poneglyph or the compass just to get right to the One Piece. He was the nigga that had it in his hand.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And so
Okay,
he could have
yeah.
just left.
In a
Log
dumb
pose,
way,
the log
Buggy will
pose.
be there.
Yeah, right. The log pose. He had it.
I see
He
what
could
y'all
have just
saying.
went to the One Piece right there.
You know, I actually think Buggy is at the end of the story. I think he's low key gonna be like proclaimed the king of the pirates, like on some meme shit, because you know Oda be doing shit like that. like Oda be doing shit like that. So I think that's a
Oda fucks
possibility.
with Buggy,
I really
bro.
do. He does.
I can see him memeing out.
Like obviously Luffy's gonna be the actual king of pirates, but like they're gonna twist it and it's somehow
some
Buggy.
way.
Luffy might give it up.
Yeah.
Luffy might give up being named King of the Pirates because we don't know what his actual.
I want to
dream
see
is.
what
Like,
his real dream
what
is.
if
No,
his
he
dream
wants to be
is
king of pirates, bro. He says it all the time.
You right.
But that's
you
not
right,
his
you
dream,
right.
though.
It's not his dream. He
That
might
don't mean
get,
he don't want to be it or
he
do it though.
might get it,
Oh yeah, I
right?
think that's
But
something that leads to his dream.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I
what
don't
if
think
he
that's like
makes
He
his
his
own
has, he has
island?
to be king of pirates to reach his dream.
Mm.
yeah.
What if he makes his own island like Blackbeard did and
Could have
invited
been
everybody?
he could have been done that already. I feel
Yeah, but
like
he's on a journey already right now. He can't stop and do that now.
His dream is to have everyone eat as much food as they want whenever they want and
I don't
not be slaves and shit like
And
that.
It'd be
party every
fire. I wouldn't
day.
be against it, but I feel like it might be something else, just because everyone laughed.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
But
it
she didn't
probably
do
is.
And
It
it.
probably
it
is.
can't be. I don't think that would be what Roger wanted either, because we haven't seen Roger have those same sentiments about food. I think he has the same sort of sentiments, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what would be the shit that connects him to Roger, like the dream aspect that connects him to Roger. What would they actually dream
What was
about?
Roger's dream? Was Roger's dream initially just to become
We
king
don't
of
know.
pirates?
They did the same thing that
That's
they did
true.
with
Yeah, I've
Luffy.
got no clue.
He told
yeah,
people and they lied or some shit.
Garp and Luffy's dream is identical. Whitebeard and Odin heard it, and Sabo and Ace heard it, and then Yamato obviously knows as well.
Their dream is to actually be the Elden Lord, the first Elden Lords of the One Piece verse.
Respect. But I think
I want to go to the space.
the people who are kind of like the what's the word? The
Contenders.
black sheep. The black sheep. I think the black sheeps are Kuzan and these Holy Knight niggas because we don't know their intentions yet.
See, with Kuzan, he's with Blackbeard, assuming he stays and rides with Blackbeard to the end of the story.
He's using Blackbeards for his
What is
own
he still a
reasons.
part of
He's not
Sword?
there
What if
because he wants to be.
I was thinking
what if
we
Sword.
don't
Kuzan's
know.
part of Sword?
He might
I
not
don't
be a
know.
part of Sword, but I think he's trying to fulfill what Sword wants to fulfill, type thing. But by
Nah,
himself,
Yeah,
if he was a
he
part
could.
of Sword, bro, I feel like him and Kobe's interaction on Hachinosu would have went a lot
better,
differently.
fair. That's fair.
Well,
Well, no, he technically
eh,
saved that nigga.
if that's the case, then
Kuzan-
he could be playing like some sneak shit where only like maybe Garp or someone else knows instead of Kobe to keep
Like
it
a
more like
very, very,
authentic, you know?
very underlining
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
objective.
I
other
think
niggas don't catch on.
I'm personally throwing the sword, like the undercover sword, out the way, just because I think Kuzan wants something different. Because, like, good think about it, bro. Whatever him and Akanu were beefing about, Akanu's ideas for the Navy completely was opposite of what Aokiji wanted, what Kuzan
Right.
wanted, to the point where Kuzan completely left, bro. They fought so hard, he lost an arm or a leg. He lost, like, that nigga was fucked up. It
So it
wasn't
had
no
to have
just,
been a
oh, we're
very
gonna
strong
duel.
I wouldn't want to
ideology.
But I
work with
mean,
somebody who just beat my ass either.
Akainu's way of leading also is opposite from Sword too. That's why they're doing shit undercover compared to
Facts.
what Akainu's
But
doing.
their
Akainu wants
ideals were
absolute
so
justice. Like he wants
their
absolute.
ideals were so polar opposite to the point where they had to fight for 10 days, bro. We've never seen that happen in the Navy. It was never talked about ever.
But like from Kuzan's actions in the past, like Ohara, he let Soul go.
Exactly.
He let the crew go too because he
He
had
created a path for Robin to go.
yeah.
I don't
Maybe
think
he's not a part of Sword, but maybe he
I think
has
he's
his
doing his own
own.
thing. It's morals, but I think it's
Yeah, his own morals.
almost in line with Sword, like where he's like he sees the justice that they're giving out and wants to
I
fix,
definitely
or
see
almost like
I
a
definitely
Fuji
see
type
that.
thing too.
I definitely see that, but him and Akainu being on this panel, like both of them, Kuzan and Akainu are on this panel. Like that shows like there has to be like something more there between like if we
I
ever do
agree.
get a Punk
True,
Hazard,
true.
if we ever do get a Punk Hazard flashback, which
Probably
unless
not.
they were to encounter each other again, I don't think they would. But I think that'll really shed light. Or when Akainu, like maybe we go back to Hachinosu and we see him and Garp talking, maybe.
I mean, I don't
And,
know. I think a
and
flashback could still happen. Like he just flashes back to why he's fighting Kuzan or fighting Akainu. If we ever get
Yeah,
like a
because
Kuzan moment, like he's just fighting.
Did
Other
that
than just to be
Yeah.
fleet admiral type
did
shit.
that Kuzan and Akainu flashback happen in the chapter?
No, it just like panned back to the. It kind of did, I guess. Technically, that was a flashback, but it didn't show nothing. It was just them
you're talking
standing
about the
there.
episode?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the actual chapter itself.
Oh no,
No,
I
they
don't
didn't
think
show,
so.
no, they didn't show anything about Akainu and
So
Kuzan.
that just goes to show that they're showing a little bit more in the animes than they are in the manga. So with that, we could get maybe a little sneak peek of the Akainu and Kuzan fight in the middle of the Garp, and
The anime also recaps shit because people like to skip around. So it likes to tell, like, why is Kuzan in this situation? Why is he with the Blackbeard pirates? It's telling us what
That's
happened in Punk.
that's the
Hazard
type of
again.
shit I was thinking. Like something like that happens, or he's fighting Luffy or something. Like they meet or something, and he's thinking
Right.
back. They're like, "Why'd you leave the thing?" And then he thinks back to that fight.
Because we go back to when him and Blackbeard meet up when I keep saying Akainu when Kuzan
Yeah,
when Kuzan and Blackbeard meet up at the bar. Blackbeard told him something. I forgot what it was about, like just how they're not together for camaraderie. They're here for their own goals. Like they're here to
Yeah.
help each other get to their
yeah,
own
yeah,
goals.
yeah.
Like Kuzan was like, okay, he can use Blackbeard, which is like literally becoming or already has been, and it's about to become even more just intertwined with literally everything there is in the world.
One of the
but we also
ultimate
got to
chess
figure
pieces.
out
The
what
ultimate
he's
chess
using
piece.
Blackbeard for.
I agree.
That's what we're trying to find out, though. That's the question. Like, what is Kuzan using Blackbeard for to the point where he has to fight his mentor, the person that was kind of like a pseudo father to him to an extent?
And
Like,
this makes me think back at that time when Shanks went up to the Gorosei and was like, "Oh, I need to talk to you guys about a specific pirate." What if it was Blackbeard, right? And
I think
then
it was,
the Gorosei, well, hold on, hear me out. So what if the word got down, right? And everybody in the Admiral area leading up to Fleet Admiral got word of it. Kuzan had an idea for it, and Akainu had a separate idea for it. What if that's like a part of their different ideologies of how they were going to engage in dealing with Blackbeard? Because Blackbeard, without a doubt, is probably going to be like one of the bigger contenders because of how sneaky he is, at least against the admirals. Blackbeard's biggest plan is literally dropping them off on the face of the earth. So this could be what Kuzan is using Blackbeard for, is to really find out how his initial plan is going to work out and probably backstab him at the end of the day if he can, if he gets that close. But I definitely think Blackbeard has, because like we don't know what pirate Shanks was talking about or initiating towards when it came down to that
how
situation.
with how fixated he is on Blackbeard,
And he got
just
clawed in the face by that fuck
like
nigga.
he's been looking for Blackbeard for the point where he has his crew out in the world trying to figure out where this dude is.
I-
Like, you remember the
I think
fucking
he got
file?
snuck. That's why.
The
Yeah.
file that I forgot what the crew member was that gave him the shit on Kid. How much shit they knew about Kid just because of the research they were doing. Like, he's like, oh, I thought Blackbeard would be on Wano. Why is he not at Wano? He's not on Hachinosu. Blah blah blah. Like,
Yeah, he's
he's
trying to
literally
predict his movements.
he's
think-
trying. He's so fixated on Blackbeard to the point, like, bro, there's no way it could be any. Because what other pirate could it be? Think about it. Like, what other
Living
thing
in
about
his head rent free, bruh.
I think he
'Cause, like, they
also
know about
knows
Luffy.
what Blackbeard's trying to do in some way, and we
Could
just
know
don't
that,
know.
too.
And I think that's why he's like, this is a huge threat. I need to stop this nigga because he still has like that push for Luffy too. At the end of the day, so I don't think he's gonna go for the One Piece like how people are saying and just be evil at the end of it towards Luffy or do something to sabotage Luffy in some way. I
Like,
think
he waited
he's doing this
until
shit
Big
in a
Mom
way to
Kaido
help
were off
Luffy.
the board.
So I think he's gonna find. That's why he wants to find Blackbeard, because he knows the damage he could do to the world. Because he wants world domination at the end of the day. That's what Blackbeard said. He wants to like let everybody just do whatever the fuck they want. I think what
Exactly.
Kuzan's ultimate thing is gonna end up probably being is that he wants to figure out the truth, because I feel like after Ohara, it like that's where his turning point was in a way, in terms of like seeing what the Navy and what the girls say, wherever his orders are actually coming from. So it might be
Right.
him going for the One Piece so he can try to change, almost like some Kobe shit, I guess, sword,
And
where they're
Akainu is
changing it.
along with those.
Because he fought Akainu because he wanted to be fleet admiral so he could have control and do his version of justice. So I mean, it could just be him wanting that power to then to learn the history or learn whatever the fuck, so he can enact it and actually try. Because at the end of the day, I don't think he's bad. I think he's gonna do stuff for his way of justice. But now he's not an admiral. he doesn't have to abide by the Navy rules anymore.
Yeah, he could be like.
So I agree with you,
secretly
Will. I
working
think
for a
he's
different
using
group.
Blackbeard for that.
Yeah, see, Luffy knocked the biggest chess pieces off the board as far as piracy goes. Big Mom
Yeah.
and Kaido got knocked off, and then we see Shanks go, okay, I think it's time we go claim it. Like, I think it's time we go claim it. That means he already knows where that shit is. He didn't say go find it, go claim it. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't doubt that Shanks knows where Laugh-Tale is.
Well, there's
Because-
that. I think it's he knows where all the poneglyphs are now, though. He knows that
Yeah,
Luffy
because
and
I
them
don't think
has
he
it.
can
He
get
knows
to
Kid
the
has
exact
it.
location.
Yeah. He knows Luffy, Kid, and them have it. Possibly knew Law had it or something. With the information they got on just Kid alone, I'm sure they knew.
Oh
he
yeah, I
had the
mean
entrance.
they already had it. It looks like they already. I mean, he took Kid's poneglyphs, which is crazy. I mean, maybe I don't know because we don't know where the last one is. We're still waiting for the last one.
Yeah.
Do we know
I think
even
it's an
if the
Elbaf.
poneglyphs are on Earth? Is that
You
100%?
you think the last one could be on the moon?
I think it's a possibility.
Oh, and
I think it's
a
a
way to bring
possibility
Enel
that.
back. Oh shit.
Yeah, because I mean they were already talking about bringing the nail back already in the first place, so it's.
Were they?
Yeah, they I think in the SBS, they were talking about Anel's whereabouts on the moon and what he's doing with those little Martian creatures, whatever
It
the fuck.
definitely means something for sure.
But if you bring back Enel, like obviously, I think it would be for, like what you're saying, like lore purposes, like with the little Martians and the poneglyphs. I don't see him like fighting anybody.
I
I
think
don't
if he
see
learned,
Enel really
I think if he
fighting.
learned hockey, I think he would for sure.
That's possible.
Because they said he was
But
at
we gotta
he
see
was
who his
basically at
contender is.
Ace's level without like because he already knows hockey. Technically, he has
Whoa,
observation.
that was like one of the first times
Yeah.
we see
Yeah.
an advanced form of hockey as
An
well.
extreme advance. That nigga knew where you were, what you were saying, and was able to talk to you basically and just lightning strike your ass. Well, not talk to you, but like lightning strike from anywhere. I think he
Yeah.
would be able to fight niggas at those. I think because he got a bad showing, because complete opposite with Luffy. Like Luffy was able to do what he did, but I also
Just complete
think
counter.
that it's been years now. There's no way Enel did it because he has a god complex. There's no way he wouldn't have trained.
I mean,
but I don't
even
think he's
with
coming
Enel
back.
back
I don't think
then,
he's coming back for sure.
Yeah.
the type of power Enel was showing back then is like equivalent to some of the shit we see now with devil fruit powers.
Loki.
Like,
Loki.
his lightning fucking Kamehameha blast he was doing. Remember that shit he used on Luffy?
He had an
And Luffy
awakening,
ate
didn't
that
he?
shit?
With that form, the like
I have
god
no
form or
idea.
something.
I wouldn't
I
doubt
think so. I think that was
He was about to
like,
use it,
low-key
and
an
then Luffy
awakening.
knocked his ass out.
Yeah. Yeah.
it. But yeah,
So I think he's
Enel,
up there. I
didn't
think he would get that fresh flavor like how Lucci did. I don't know if he'd be like doing anything.
That fresh flavor.
I just don't know what he would do unless he like really learned the history up on Mars and he did have the poneglyph. But was he even able to read the poneglyph on Skypiea? I don't think so, right?
I mean, no, but I'm sure those little aliens can.
True.
I mean,
true.
what
Ooh.
you
Very
know,
true,
like
very
Technically,
I
true.
hope
they're
they
not
don't
even
do what they
aliens.
did in
Technically, they're like
Naruto.
robots. They're like little
Oh, they're
robots.
robots.
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah,
maybe
you're
you're
right.
They're like little robots. They're not even aliens because it's like a whole
Wow.
bunch of workshops and shit up there.
Okay.
And then he turned them on because he was electrocuting them and shit. There were other aliens up there that they were fighting, and then he like stopped all of it. I remember in the cover.
There's
story,
also
he, like,
space
stopped.
pirates.
Yeah. So, and then they started showing him all the fucking hieroglyphics and shit that were on there. We saw the fucking the sacred flame.
Mm-hmm.
So, but speaking of crazy hockey though, before we forget, Joy Boy is out here fucking flexing, bro.
The boy.
Yeah.
Facts.
Flexing.
Afterlife. Like, what the fuck?
Confirmed
So we know
ceiling
about-
hockey.
We know about the knots. We know about the weather knots. You can like seal things in these fucking ropes and time in the knots and shit in the One Piece verse.
Mm-hmm.
We got told when Nami during like the training arc, the 2 years, when she was up on that weather cloud, they were telling her about the knots and like you could seal things in them. So it was always kind of preluded that hockey would be able to be sealed. I mean, it wasn't something we were thinking about, obviously, but
Yeah, we have evidence with like Enma and shit.
yeah. I mean, we don't really know if that's Odin or not.
Not Enma. I meant like the fact that Emma's stealing the hockey inside of itself, and also the fact that swords turn
It
black
steals
from
your
your
hockey.
hockey. Yeah, the
Like that
blackening.
argument is good because like I want to say that's Odin's hockey, but at the same time, that could just be Enma's power,
No, yeah,
and
that's.
he just
I'm not saying
correlates
it's
that
Odin's
with
power. I'm
Odin.
saying the fact that it can steal hockey, the fact that it can do that. Other things have to be able to seal hockey,
Yeah.
or like even black blades. The fact that you have to make it black by using your hockey. So maybe they're just sealing over time hockey within the sword to then turn
Yeah,
it black.
yeah. But we knew about the ropes. Seems like way back when, over a century ago, Joy Boy, which we do get to see like an actual. I mean, it's always been a silhouette, but we actually get to see like a detailed look at what he looks like. Tyler pointed out to me, it looks like he has a wooden leg and also a makeshift arm. His arm is way skinnier than the other one.
It's
So
like this. It's like
I'm
it
gonna have
has
to
like
reread
two
that.
little things to it instead of like an actual hand, like his other hand.
Yeah, I want to
And
read
he's
it.
yeah,
black.
And he's
that
black.
could be something that Oda talked about with a specific pirate that we're going to see towards the end of the story. That's going to
Oh,
signify
yeah.
the story's ending.
Oh, the eye patch thing.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
He
he looks
might
like
be
a
the pirate
traditional
with the eye
pirate.
patch.
I don't think we've really seen pirates really look like pirates besides Blackbeard.
I mean,
Whitebeard,
what some of the guys on the
Roger.
island that Garp destroyed look like pirates. Like that guy that was like, "Whoa, we gotta run." That nigga look pirate as fuck.
Oh yeah, I mean like we see pirate hats and shit, but you know what I mean,
Yeah,
like that like
they
traditional
don't have
like
the aesthetic of it.
yeah pirate aesthetic.
Like what
So
we think when we think about
A
pirates.
European
Eye
pirate.
yeah,
patch, peg leg,
like some Pirates of the
shit like
Caribbean type
that.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking
So
blouses and shit.
Joy Boy gives Emmett a rope, tells him when the time is right, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for somebody else, use this rope, unleash its power. And that kind of says something because obviously we know about the war that happened back then. He didn't use it back then. We know about him invading Mary Joelle and tearing that shit up. He didn't use it back then either. So he's literally just been holding this shit. Then he meets Luffy, finds out he's a D member, and is like, "Oh, you part
It
of
looks
the
like
hood?
Nika.
You
Yeah,
part of the hood?" Say less, bro. Hold up. Let me do this real quick. Stand back. Unleashes casually the greatest hockey feat I think we've seen in a minute. That shit split the sky on its own.
yeah. Hit niggas all the way in a different country and shit.
Bro, sent the
Fucking
Gorosei, not only did it send them back to their human forms, it sent them back to Mary Joelle, like Terry said.
hmm
And also, back in Mary Joelle, we see Big Emu, shaking in their motherfucking boots, in their
Tweaking.
drawers, tweaking
Nigga
the
was, we can't see his facial
Joy
features,
boy.
but we can see the sweat falling off bro's face. Like,
For me, I'll give testament to the range, but I think that's just him feeling it, almost like in Bleach when you feel spiritual pressure. You're like, oh shit, it's Ichigo.
I kind
He's
of think
pulling
that's
up.
what it is too.
I don't think it's like that nigga got like. There's no way. I don't think.
I don't think he got
Yeah,
hit.
yeah, yeah.
I think he more or less
He,
got
like,
like
sensed
shocked
it.
by it. Yeah, like he
Yeah,
was
he
like, "Oh
sensed
my
Well,
it
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
how I read it.
are-
I thought it was like he sensed it was like shook.
there
He's
are
like, fuck, is
theories
that Joy
out
Boy?
there.
That's
There
what I
are
think.
theories out there where people say that they're all linked like a hive mind. Like the
Mm.
Gorosei are pieces of Emu in a
Oh,
sense.
yeah. I've seen that,
I
yeah.
haven't seen that.
So
I'm about to
them-
look.
And that's where
like
they get their
little
powers from.
personality." You think
Exactly.
Evil's like another version of Vegapunk?
Kind of in that way, yes. So like how the Stella and all the other punks are kind of below that. Think of Emu as the Stella and the Gorosei below that.
I could
Like
see
that, I've seen theories of people saying like they're connected to Emu, and that's why Emu. Because I'm like, think about how. I mean, obviously we don't know geography wise where Egghead is in comparison to Mary Joelle, but I don't think Emu would feel that shit from that far. Like I don't think we've really seen like even like with
I mean, I don't know. The sense
Goofy,
of the ability to sense, maybe Eames on a different like level in terms of
we've
hockey,
seen
Could be.
and they could just
multiple
observation
people.
feel that shit.
Because every time we see the sky splitting, it's usually two different parties doing that shit.
No, I'm
Besides
not downplaying it. I'm just
Luffy
saying.
did that by himself in the anime.
I was just
Yeah,
saying
in the
more so.
anime,
I don't
besides
think
that.
it like affected. I think more so he got a flashback from sensing it. Like he's like, "Fuck, is that Joy Boy?" Like
I'm not
that's why he
saying he
shook.
got hurt. Or anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
saying.
no, definitely not her.
Yeah, the ability to split the sky. I still don't know because I feel like that's just air pressure, isn't it? You can move clouds and split, but I don't know. It's whatever. But I still think that was incredible of a feat. The fact that he sent them back and reverted their transformations too.
Yeah, because every time we see the sky split, it's literally the top tiers in the verse doing that.
Yeah.
Whitebeard Roger, Whitebeard Shanks,
Yeah.
Luffy Kaido, Big Mom Kaido. Like we're seeing like the top tiers, like 2 top tiers doing that. That results to that. We're just seeing hockey that's been resonating for over a century get unleashed and
Like
then do that
800
shit on
years.
its own.
800
Like a
years still has that
century.
potency.
It still has that because I don't think it was getting stronger over time. I don't think that's not how. I think that's literally just how he put it in there like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I think
He probably
regardless
put
of
the
it
last
earlier,
Yeah. I agree.
he could have untied that shit right then and there with Joy Boy right there, and they still would have fucking just fucked everything up around them. Like I think Joy Boy's just like that. Now, obviously, that just creates a lot of headcanon for people, myself included. I'm sure y'all too.
He probably just got snuck as my headcanon. I don't think, because seeing that, it's like, how did this nigga lose? But also, you forget there probably was other people on that level around the world, and they're in those kingdoms that may have like reverted. So it was like a 20v1 for the ancient kingdom. So I don't think they would have came out on top anyway. But
yeah. So we definitely saw Joy Boy just casually just
do
flex
some crazy shit.
One of the craziest hockeyest feats we've seen. So, but
from the grave is crazy.
Yeah, aside from that though, Emmett sent everyone back. Saturn's still there. Obviously, Saturn.
Is he dead, bro?
Emmett?
No, Saturn.
No, he was standing up, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, he went back.
Yeah, he was looking.
Else.
No, Saturn's still on the island.
Saturn didn't go.
Saturn summoned them. That's why they went back. They were summoned there.
Saturn.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. You're right.
Like Saturn sailed there himself. So yeah, Saturn's still there. He was looking at Emmett after he did that. He was just looking at him.
But he was reverted, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So that still stands.
He still got all them holes in him and shit.
Nah, he regenerated. It showed that panel of him regenerating. Yeah, it showed the panel of him regenerating. Mars was already back there. So that also begs the question, because Mars didn't get affected by that hockey blast. Mars got sent back from Luffy, Bonnie, Sanji, and Frankie.
Oh, so that means it didn't shockwave all the way out there. That means Eames' observation might be top tier then. That shit's insane. The fact that Eames felt it from Mary Joie.
Yeah.
And could identify.
Flashbang the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
The hockey.
So I guess that's still a feat. I wasn't even trying to downplay it, but I see everything you were bringing up is insane.
It's crazy, bro. Like that's insane. So my only thing is that I'm wondering is how did Mars get reverted back? I mean, we know that attack was crazy. I don't think that's like the craziest thing Luffy could have pulled out of his bag. Obviously, Sanji's strong, Bonnie's strong in her Gear 5 form.
Maybe he reverted because he was already there, right? So maybe he just reverted.
Well, they sent him flying in his bird form. So he had to have reverted from that. Nothing else happened after that.
So they did enough to knock him back. I
don't
know.
We've seen Luffy.
Right. I don't know. It's still a mystery. We didn't see shit about their durability. They didn't tell us nothing. We just saw that they were.
Yeah, and I don't think that was Oda's goal for this arc anyway, because he's saving them for later. But it's crazy, man. Egghead's been crazy. Only thing I didn't like about that chapter was Kobe trying to talk shit.
Yeah, talking about
I have to stop your dream, Luffy.
Sorry, Luffy. Nigga. I have to stop your dream. Like, he inspired you, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Literally. And what are you going to do against Luffy at any point in the fucking story? Yeah. Nothing.
And that's what you're worried about. Like, you're hearing that the world is about to flood. You're hearing that the government has weapons of, like, world-destroying capabilities. And all you care about is stopping Luffy's dream. Like, the Marines have their priorities all fucked up.
He's low-key dick riding, bro.
How is he a contender for the One Piece too? What have we not seen?
He might actually be one of the last people to show up at the One Piece to stop Luffy. He might end up being
how are they going to get there? They have no poneglyph unless because because they still can't get into Wano because then they'd have to deal with border.
I think Blackbeard's gonna be the reason people can go in there once he grabs Pluton.
Just tell everybody where. Nah, I don't. You're right.
Well, they know where it is. They know where Wano is. They just can't get.
Well,
in
not
there.
Wano, but
Laugh Tale.
Yeah. I just don't know how the Marines are gonna find their way unless the Marines have some info we don't. Possibly they do, but
Egghead peak, man. Egghead is peak.
Peak
yeah, it was a
fiction.
banger.
And I'm excited for what Elbath has to offer. Elbath is definitely.
We're right there, bruh.
Dude, we were
This is
talking about the
any
Inawano. I
indicator.
was ready for fucking Elbath, and they went to Egghead, and I was like, but it pulled
Egghead
out.
did not
It
disappoint.
did not disappoint at all. I
Cool
thought it
ass
was.
detour.
I was like, fuck, another
I
detour.
don't. I love when they do detours, man. I don't know. I fucking love them, bro. I just love like the
I
little
think
adventurous experience that they have going to different places.
I was ready for not another detour because how long we were in Wano.
Yeah,
Let
Wano
alone the
Doesn't
anime,
care.
the fucking manga. We were in there for years too, so it was a little bit. It took forever. It made me want to go straight to the next lore piece.
Fact. Big facts. But yeah, we're itching closer to it. Wouldn't surprise me if Oda does a fucking detour from the end of Egghead and shows us some shit
That's some filler.
for
It
a
wouldn't be long though. If he did, yeah, it wouldn't be long. So I'd be
couple
cool with that.
chapters worth. Maybe Blackbeard getting into Wano. Maybe.
I'm fine with seeing other shit while they're on their way to Elbaf. I would prefer that actually.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I would have expected the Marines to act a little more confident, like not confident, a little more competent.
Yeah, Marines
Competent.
haven't been getting good show at all in terms of like shit.
I feel like they really never do.
They
even
don't.
with the broadcast though, bro, like you guys are all about the people, right? Like you do this for
Supposed
the
to be.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Right.
supposed to be for the. But even the good Marines though, like Kobe, like all these people in the Marines that aren't shitheads, that aren't Akainu. You know what I'm saying?
Kobe's kind of a
Like
shithead to me now.
you can't hear what you heard, and then I mean, obviously, who knows what could happen? There could be some heads getting turned from this. This could be how Fujitora makes his way out. Who knows? But
A goat.
you can't hear what you heard, and you're just worried about, oh, we gotta stop the pirates. You literally just heard him say the pirates are the key to like fixing this shit.
Right. They don't give a
Like,
fuck to fix it. They just
like
don't want the
you
pirates to
see
get no
you see
glory.
people reacting in crowds in the world like the pirates are the key to our salvation. What the fuck? Like, what does that mean? We're entrusting our lives to piracy.
That could entail why Roger told everybody that about it. Roger probably learned well, we know that Roger knows everything about what's about to be happening. He probably knows that other pirates are the key to this situation, so he probably gave out that message so that all of them can actually try and find it.
Also,
Whatever their key is in that shit, we're gonna see.
the more lore we're getting to, the more I'm not fucking with the Roger Pirates. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Them niggas sat back and
'Cause they
watched
didn't
the
say
world
shit.
burn. They didn't say shit about nothing. They didn't even reveal. It took Vegapunk, a nigga that didn't even want to tell, like, go after the story. We saw his backstory, how he was like, I'm not fucking snitching. I ain't going to search up the
It must
old
have been
history.
a funny ass story
It had
or
to
a
be something
funny
either
ass
funny
joke.
to the point, or they really just believed 20 years later someone's gonna come and actually save the
Yeah,
world. But
it
it's
just wasn't
like
time yet.
it
Because I mean, the
just
pieces weren't in place.
it
Sure,
just
Hoshi
pisses
wasn't
me
born
off
yet.
that nigga's in Sabaody, the doctor's over at the Red Line. I guess they're placed there for whatever reason, but like the Roger Pirates really sat there and did nothing while niggas was getting subjugated. Like they traveled, they saw the bad shit happening, and they sat there
Well,
and like, no,
it
fuck
wasn't
it,
time
bro.
yet. It wasn't time yet. Because Shirahoshi wasn't born yet.
Even if it's not time, they could do
And
something, bro.
y'all remember in God of War how Freya had
Just
all
figured.
those panels and shit like laid around for Kratos and Atreus to find them, and she was basically was able to foresee the future. What if it's something similar to that at the One Piece?
Yeah. Because I mean,
Maybe I
the Sea
guess,
Kings
yeah.
told them like Poseidon wasn't born yet. The princess wasn't born yet. And they need the princess. They need Poseidon for the arc for the Sea Kings. Pluton. You know what I'm saying? So Uranus. We don't know about Uranus yet. and we don't know what they saw. It could be locked until that time comes.
I don't know. If I'm
So-
Rayleigh and it's 20 years, sure, I might retire. But if I hear some shit going down, same way he went to Amazon Lily, I would have pulled up to O'Hara. I would have pulled up
Rayleigh
to
was
all
ready
these
to
different
tell them
places.
niggas at Saba Odi, and Luffy stopped them niggas because Usopp was like, "Tell us," and he was like, "Oh, you want to know?" And Luffy was like, "Usopp," like, bro.
Well, I don't care
Usopp,
about.
shut the fuck up.
I don't care about the One Piece necessarily. I just more so care about like they have to know some
They could
history.
have did some.
Yeah, they had to have learned some history on that journey about the world and
Roger also got
what the
canceled
government's
too.
doing. No, I'm
Roger
saying
also got
after Roger
canceled.
died. I'm saying after Roger died. Whenever they're all off the crew, all the
You
niggas
gotta
around the
respect the
world not
captain's
doing
decision.
nothing. Like
But we
they
don't know
know
what the
some
other
of the
crew members are
history.
doing.
You
We
gotta
don't know
respect the captain's
we
decision.
don't. Yeah, we only know what Rayleigh is up to, right? As far
And the
as the
doctor.
other crew.
And the
Yeah,
doctor, yeah.
but we don't know the grand scheme of all the crewmates
That's true.
of what they're plotting on doing right now. Because maybe they have to wait. Maybe they can't. Maybe they couldn't actually address what they were seeing, so they kind of maybe had to wait on speaking on it. Because I
Fair.
mean, there's no way that you know about a catastrophe like that and your whole crew just starts geeking of laughter. Like,
The
True.
pirate era needed to happen.
Well,
Like,
no,
he
I
had
know
to.
that. I know that. That's good. I'm saying like, why not do something to at least help the world? Like, even if you're not trying to snitch on the One Piece, be out there actually doing the shit y'all were doing before, just by yourself on some freelancer shit. Like, because thinking about it, it's like they had to have known that the ancient weapons were used, and that's the reason the world is flooded. Like, they had to learn something, right? They had to be knowledgeable in something because they're learning the poneglyphs. They're seeing, at least Roger should have been, right? Because he knew where the way to Laugh-Tale because of the poneglyphs. I
I think
don't
the
know.
biggest
They had
thing.
to have learned some history, is what I'm saying.
I think the
and
biggest thing that
they
Roger
didn't do
did
shit.
to really benefit humanity was
Was
stop rocks.
stop rocks and start the era. I think,
Yeah,
which I
like
think
I
were
think
both
rocks.
good things. I think the crew just kind of flopped, but like Terry said, we got to still see like maybe they were planted in those places on purpose, type shit.
Yeah, I think Rocks was
Hey,
about
G.
to do some really, really crazy shit. Like to
I
the
don't-
point where the Marines and Roger had to team up to stop him. Like,
they were
you know,
just
usually
pussies.
the
We don't really
Marines-
I think
know.
that's propaganda. I think it was just Garp and Sengoku, and they said, "Oh yeah, we were there too," because you know they're two good people in the Marines. I don't. I think they tried to like cover it up by saying, "Hey, we were there. Yeah, we were for sure there."
well, we know that they were there. We saw it in a flashback.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like it could have been Garp and Sengoku's two Marine crews and acting on their own type shit just to work with Roger. I don't think the government was like, "Hey, work with Roger and get rid of Rocks."
Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying they
Yeah.
told him that, but if it took both Garp and Roger to stop him, like their ideals coinciding together to stop whatever Rocks was doing,
Yeah.
because we know the Celestial Dragons were there, the Holy Knights were there, obviously Kuma and Ivankov were there. Like it was something crazy was happening there.
Yeah.
They could have
facts.
possibly saved Rocks from doing something stupid too. It's a
I
possibility
like
they
that
could
theory
have.
too. I've heard that where
Like,
like maybe
what
the
if?
Celestials did some shit to Rocks.
Yeah, and
Because
Rocks
Kaido
decided to act out of
almost
like
died
line.
there. Like Big Mom saved Kaido's life there. So like if Kaido, I mean obviously it wasn't Kaido we know now, but that Kaido was breaking in and out of impaled down like it was his fucking side job.
On purpose, yeah.
On
Yeah.
Only
purpose.
going there because he was hungry.
Yeah, going there because he was
Type
hungry.
shit. Like, what
Like-
kind of shit is that?
Like pre-Dragon Kaido was still fucking crazy. And someone almost killed him to the point where Big Mom had to save him by giving him the fruit that the Celestial Dragons, by the way, had that we found out because they had Kuma's fruit and they had Kaido's fruit. So because they were doing those fucking human hunting, those hunting game shits there. And it was a
Yeah.
prize.
Fucking freaks.
Yeah, and Saint for Garland was there looking just like Shanks. So
That's
Y'all heard about the Shanks having the twin brother theory?
that's who
Yeah.
they think that dude is in that panel in
That'd be
121,
crazy.
1121.
He probably does, bro. He's a fucking celestial dragon.
Blue haired Shanks.
Blue
I
hair.
don't think it'd be blue. I think it'd have red hair just like him, just different type of hairstyle.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But it's
Man,
definitely possible. But One Piece, One Piece, One Piece.
One Piece.
Banger
Might
chapter
as well just
overall.
call it
Yes.
Joy Boy.
Very good chapter overall.